today's video, I'll be talking about 6 extremely useful purchases that I believe have leveled up my productivity and improved my overall quality of life. Without further ado, let's get into it. Purchase number 1. I don't really know if this is a purchase or if all phones have it, but the Zen mode that is available on my OnePlus 8T has been an absolute lifesaver. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but there are some days where I'm just so distracted that I'm not able to get any work done. Today was actually one of those days. I procrastinated recording this video for almost 4 hours and I would have gone on for even longer if it wasn't for the Zen mode on my phone. What this mode does is that you set it up and it effectively locks you out of your device. You feel like scrolling on social media? Haha, good luck. Feel like texting a date on Hinge? Joke's on you. And if you want to send a friend a meme, you have to wait for 49 minutes before you can do it. The only thing that I can do on my phone right now is take pictures and receive calls. Nothing else. All of the loving distractions in my life that I call my friends cannot reach me. I mean, technically speaking, they could call me, but nobody does that anymore. If you have a OnePlus phone, then I strongly recommend that you start using the Zen mode app. And if you have any other kind of phone, do some research and find an app that can completely lock you out of your device for a fixed amount of time. Even if you need to pay a fee to use the app, I would strongly suggest that you do so. In a year of 365 days, you'll end up using your Zen mode at least twice a day for at least 1 hour each time. With a small investment in an app like Zen mode, you can now invest more than 730 hours of your time each year in a different productive venture. Number 2. We all know that we need to stay hydrated in order to be productive and maintain top focus in the work that we do. But why is it that we're never able to actually achieve this goal? In fact, I'm willing to bet that amongst all the viewers who are watching this video right now, 2 in 5 of you are at least underhydrated, if not actually dehydrated. Being dehydrated means that you aren't going to be as sharp when you're working or studying, you're going to feel fatigued more easily, and are also going to be more prone to headaches. My solution is simple. Keep 2 bottles of water, a 2 liter and a 1 liter bottle, next to your study table or desk, and use one to refill the other when it gets over. Also, a really simple request, please do not use plastic bottles. We have more than enough plastic in contact with our bodies as is. Avoid plastic bottles and instead try to switch to copper, stainless steel, or even glass water bottles. Number 3. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. You cannot fix what you don't know, and you don't know what you don't track. This simple, beaten up, but frankly amazing stopwatch is my way of keeping track of the time that I put into my work. If you're working on any kind of project over a long period of time, what I've found is that keeping a casual log of how much time you've invested into your work and what you've done each day makes you more accountable to yourself. Every now and then when you're on the grind, you will notice that you have a few off days here and there. On those off days, you might decide to take a day off, and it's perfectly fine to do that. The nice thing about keeping track of the hours that you work is that at the end of the day, when you go to your Excel sheet or your spreadsheet to take note of the fact that you've done 0 hours of work, it is actually kind of motivating. You realize, okay, fine, you know what? Today I took the day off, but tomorrow I'm going to come back and I'm going to try and almost work twice as hard tomorrow in order to make up for the time that I've lost today. Also, when you keep track of the work that you're doing, you also tend to realize when over a period of time there's a drop off in your performance. Say if you're studying for an exam and you're targeting finishing a chapter every 2 days, and suddenly you notice that you're actually taking 4 days instead of 2. On your mind, this is not something that's going to be initially evident to you, but by noticing what your tracker tells you and the hours that you've put in, you'll be able to realize that you've actually been slacking off. And when you slack off, a simple tracker, keeping track of the time that you put into your work, can be the nudge that you need to get you back on track. So I use a stopwatch in a very simple way. I have it sitting beside me on my table, and all I have to do is press a button and get started. When I'm in the need for a break, I press the button again, and now I can do whatever I want. Why a tool like this is perfect is because it completely takes my cell phone out of the equation. I don't need to be opening my cell phone in order to set up some stopwatch app, and I won't get distracted by random notifications of social media. In fact, now I'm completely enabled to leave my phone in the next room when I'm getting to a deep work session. Creating simple systems such as tracking the hours I study or the chapters I complete not only keep me focused and on target to complete my goals, they also help me level up. Number 4. In the entire history of humanity, there has probably never been a time where we are all collectively exercising as little as we do. We sit on our butts so much right now, and we're witnessing a sitting epidemic. Do I think that this trend is going to stop? No, not at all. In fact, things are just going to get worse. Apart from the need to adopt a healthier and more active lifestyle, there is also a huge need to invest in physical tools that improve your posture as well as the comfort of your desk setup. This is something that fortunately or unfortunately I had to learn very early on. Every single day for nearly 12 to 14 hours, I was hunched over my books almost like this, and I was working or studying or watching YouTube videos using the most terrible posture possible. And over time, the cumulative damage started physically showing itself. I developed this horrible neck pain that took nearly 8 months to go away. I'm sure that part of the reason why I developed this neck pain was because every single time I was working, I'd have to bend forward and look down to see my computer screen. And that was loading my neck in a very unnatural manner. If you also feel like you have terrible posture, then one way to fix it, or at least one way to address the fact that like your setup is bad, is to invest in a laptop stand, especially one that can raise the height at which you view your laptop. A general rule of thumb is that when you're using your laptop for long periods of time, you should maintain the screen at the same level as your eyes. You should not be bending down to look at your screen, you shouldn't be bending up. Either way, it's going to strain your neck. A simple investment such as a laptop stand can go a long way. Purchase number 5. This one's going to sound a little abstract, okay? But the one purchase that I've made that has given me almost instant returns over a very short period of time is leverage. Leverage is the act of maximizing the output that you get from the work that you put in. In effect, leverage is what you invest in to get the most return for the effort that you put into your job. So for me, one of the clearest places where I can see the results of leverage is in YouTube itself. So one of the first types of content that I produce on YouTube would be 15-minute short summaries of big books that I condense down for people. Not only would I have to read the book, I'd also have to write the script, animate the video, shoot the video, edit the video, do all kinds of audio correction, finally render the video together and upload it onto YouTube. And of course, how could I forget, create a thumbnail for the video as well. Back then I was an amateur and there was a certain amount of fulfillment that I'd get from actually learning how to do the craft. But as I progressed in this YouTube journey, I realized unless I was willing to spend tremendous amounts of time in learning how to edit and become a professional, there would always be someone who would be able to do the work much better than me. So that's what I did. I went out and I started looking for editors. And I found such talented editors who can do such a great job that I could never imagine doing it. Getting talented people to help me out in my journey of creating videos brought the total production time of each video from nearly 50 hours down to 20 hours. That is a clear example of how I am using leverage to get more output from the effort that I put in. And lastly, number 6, investing in your physical and mental health. In terms of affordability, investing in your physical and mental health might not be the easiest purchase that you'll be able to make right now. But in my view, it is the purchase that has the highest ROI over a long-term period. When you have good mental and physical health, you have the ability to get much more work done in the time that you're working. And in general, life is so much better. I am a strong believer in the fact that we all need to reach out and get the right help from a trained professional. However, I do agree that therapy can be expensive. And if it's too expensive for you, there are also other tools that you can use, such as journaling, meditation, and being mindful of yourself and what you're doing. Investing in your physical health right now will ensure that down the road, your body will be able to take you places that you want to go. You'll only be staying in one home, and that's your body. Take care of that home. As I mentioned earlier, using leverage to create systems that help you get your work done is one of the most efficient ways to build wealth. If you'd like to dive deeper into the topic and understand the finer points of leverage, then check out this book, The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. I'll attach a link down in the description. Thanks for watching, dear friends. I hope that you enjoyed this video and I hope that there's something for you to take away from it. Take care, and until we meet again, this is Filter Coffee Finance signing off.